Video on finding percents using mental math. So I'm going to show you a trick to find percent of a number using some mental math. To find 10% of a number, we could multiply by 1/10, or we could just simply divide by 10. So to find 10% of a number mentally, we can just move the decimal point one place to the left. Okay, that's what happens when we divide a number by 10. It just moves the decimal point one place to the left. For example, 10% of 50. Since 50 doesn't have a decimal, we know that it's really at the end of the number, so it's right here. So if we move it one place to the left, this would be 5.0 or just 5. So 10% of 50 is just 5. Okay, now let's look at 10% of 345. Same idea, there's no decimal. So we would start at the end of the number right here, and we move it one place to the left, and that would be 34.5. And so this trick is often helpful to take a tip when you want to leave a 10% tip or 20% tip or something like that. So these tricks are helpful for that, and also to see if your answer is reasonable when you take percentage of a number. So using 10% as a benchmark, we can use mental math to find 5%, 15%, and also 20%. So to find 5% of a number, we can do the 10% trick, and then we divide that number by 2. In other words, cut the number in half, because 5% is half of 10. So look at this. So we can find 10%. So we're going to start at the end of the number. So move it one to the left. And this would be 6. And 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So 5% of 60 would be 3. Okay, now 5% of 40. So once again, use the 10% trick. So move it one to the left, and that would be 40. And we're going to take half of 40 to get 5%. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. So my answer is 20. All right, moving right along here. Now we're going to look at 15%. To find 15% of a number, do the 10% trick. And now we divide that number by 2. So the 5% trick, and add the two numbers together. Okay, so we're going to start after the number and take 10%, so it's 8. And then we're going to take half of 8 to get the 5%. So 10% is 8. Now we're going to take half to get the 5%. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now we're going to add 4 plus 8, and 4 plus 8 is 12. So the answer is 12. Okay, let's try another example. 15% of 200. So we're going to start at the end and take 10%. So that would just be 20. And now we're going to take 20 divided by 2. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. So that's 5%. And now we're going to take the 10% that we got, which was 20. And 10 plus 20 is 30. So the answer is 30. Okay, now, lastly, we have the 20% trick, or 20% of a number. So we're going to do the 10% trick first, and then we're going to double the number. Okay, so we're going to move it one to the left, so it'd be 2.5 or 2.5. And now we're going to double it by multiplying by 2, and the answer is 5. So 20% of 25 is 5. Okay, 20% of 450. we're going to move it 1 to the left. So that would be 45. And now we're going to double it. I'm just going to use the dot this time for multiplication. So 45 times 2 is 90. Now, some of you know that 20% is a fifth of 100%. So you could also divide this by 5. 450 divided by 5 is 90, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. Or you can simply use the 10% trick and just double it. So that concludes my video on finding percent using mental math. I hope you have a great day.